Let's see how I share it. Hey, hey you, what's happening? Do 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 do. I gotta get my little link, my copy of the link. Okay, so check it out. Check out where I am, yo. Ow! Don't trip and fall. Hey, check it out. So this is an awesome little cabin in New York, just outside of Ithaca, and there's many of them. Check it out. This is where I want to have a play camp, one of our Angela Shelton play camps, and y'all each get one of those little cabins. How awesome is that? And there's one even down there in the woods. It's called the Horrible Hut, and all of the space, and you can have little adventures, and there's a little spot out there. There's hammocks, and there's little huts, and there's all these little huts. Oh my God, they're so cute. So I've been searching for places where we could have our adventures together, and this is one of them. And you know what I wanted to say today, like the topic of my live today, because I'm going live every day, and I don't have any Wi-Fi out here, or we wouldn't either. Like, you get ready, you gotta unplug. And the beautiful thing about not having Wi-Fi and power, there's outhouse. You can use the outhouse right there. Is freedom, really, where you unplug and you can actually like use your mind and your pencils, and your color pencils and your journals. That said, you still need, some contact, right, to get to the world. But sometimes you don't have it. So I'm gonna see where I can put this. Let's see here. Sometimes you don't have it, and sometimes you don't have the support you need, and it's all freaking mindset to get it. Here, let me see where I'm gonna put you. I'm gonna see where I'm gonna put you, yo. There we go. Oh, can you see me? There's too much of a glare. There we go. How's that? Now how do I see your chat? I don't see it. So, here we are, live. What's happening now? What's being thrown at you now? Sometimes life does throw at you like unbelievable things, like the hardships are outrageous sometimes, and believe me, I've heard them and been through them. And this place was a perfect example of belief, mindset, freedom from your own fears. It's F words today. Freedom from your own fears. Because, because I, like many of us, have experienced, especially during, the world changes, where you kind of lost everything, and sometimes didn't you very much lost everything. And you're faced with, oh my God, what do I do now? And I gotta tell you, living testimony here, it's happened to me more than once, like a lot. And just recently too, like, it's all, for me personally, it goes back to my movies and all the time I spent on my movies and money. And it, like, I used to have that big fat savings account. I was so good with investing. And what I have learned in getting knocked to the floor so many times is I think that there's layers of awareness that are happening, layers of getting out of hell, including your own mind, because we can get into the fear and the anxiety and the belief that, oh, it's happened again, or oh, this, I should just stay in, you know, I'll just stay in the hole and give up, and woe is me. I have that. I have that negative thought pattern for sure, which is also why, side note, I'm going to do Regenerate with Jesus. My friend Sean, who I call Jesus, the one in Nashville.com. And I'm going to do his Regenerate product. I'd love you to do it with me, but because I'm going to physically deal with, physically address the negative thought patterns. in my head. And I share this because I know that many of us have this feeling, especially, fans and followers and friends and family of mine have that old negative thought patterns in your head. And I believe it's actually a thing. Thoughts are things. And I do all the mindset work. I do the meditation. I do the journaling. I do you know, the one command. I don't know how. I don't know how we got out of all this pain and suffering and we live the best life we could ever imagine. I don't know how it happened. I don't know how it happened. All I know is that it happened and I'm completely fulfilled and we are completely fulfilled. That is a one command from the book The One Command. I highly recommend it. And you can work on that and say those things and journal and retrain your brain, right? And yes, we're good at that. I'm very good at that. I have come from nothing and built myself up many more than once. I guess I'm a true entrepreneur, like the or a gambler on life. That's also true. I'm fearless and uh, a fool at the same time. I feel like, and but I also believe that not believe like that's that thoughts are things and we still hold things in our body. The body tells the story. Your body will show up your pain. Like for example, fibromyalgia. I have never met somebody who has fibromyalgia who wasn't also sexually abused. Maybe there's that case somewhere. I personally have never seen it, never met it. And I have seen firsthand more than once, more than twice, more than three times, um, people who connect their old abuse with their fibromyalgia and let their brain connect it, and then it goes away. I'm like fascinated by that. And now I have discovered through my own thank you gifts and connections, my friend Jesus. I also, by the way, love Jesus, side note. But I have a friend of mine, his name is Sean, and he looks like Jesus, and it's theoneinnashville.com. He is a bit of a wizard with concoctions and created this thing called Lute, Lute, .life, not .com, .life. It is a drink, it's a hemp-based drink that I did not listen to him for about a year, and then I finally did, and I took it for about 6 months, 7 months, and the side note health benefit was it got me off of all my pharma for my heart meds and my asthma medicine. Wow. Now he's developed a new one that is not a drink, it's a powder, and it's more powerful than Loot. There's no hemp in it. There's no, like, get you loopy in it. It's mainly like a concoction of all the things you can get in the health food store and bulk and all stuff, magnesiums, blood simulators and stuff. He's concocted it to where it gets GABA, like it gets the brain medicine in your brain faster, like because it and heals the inner critic in your brain for alcoholics. He intentionally made it to help alcoholics remove the desire of alcohol for alcohol by addressing your inner critic, your inner tyrant, your inner self-hater, your inner narc, which is why people drink. I had no idea. I didn't know that. That was fascinating. Like, so the drive to drink alcohol or take benzos is coming from because it kills. Hey, Rondi, I can see your text. Yay! Because it kills the inner critic. And I was watching this whole thing, and I've met the people who've taken his various stages of this because he's building it to go into mass production. And I've been watching it, and I'm always gonna think on the side of helping my ladies and my fellas and my humans who've been through hell, like myself, of how we can elevate and expand our love faster. And I was watching the people, I've met many people who have taken his various stages, who are still off of alcohol, who've gotten their lives just went shapoop, like completely transformed. And I've been watching, and I was thinking, if that addresses the inner critic and the inner tyrant for alcohol and benzo addictions, surely, ponder with me, surely it would also address physically. Oh, I'm whispering because everybody's sleeping. How cute is this? This is where we're gonna have a play camp probably next year. I'm gonna get all of them. Then you can have one by yourself if you want, or with somebody else. Look how cute this is. Shut the front door. This came also when I was thinking I would not be able to come here because I just like it just wasn't gonna work out. And then I was like, I practiced my own preaching, and was like, hey, I don't know how it's gonna work out. I only know that it will. And then this fell into my lap and was a total gift, and also way cheaper than where I was gonna stay. I mean, you know when you get magical little gifts, and you're just like, how'd that happen? I just I get up at 5 in the morning, so I'm like ready to play and party, not party like that, but ready to dance. And so other people don't do that. Other people sleep until like 10. So I'll just walk over here so I can sleep. I can talk louder for you. But regenerate. I was thinking. I was like, wait, riddle me this. If it's helping and addressing that inner critic for benzo addicts and alcohol, surely it also addresses the inner critic that is connected to the shame and the fear and the uh, inner critic and the inner tyrant and the self haters in our minds coming from trauma. I mean, it must, right? It just makes logical sense. So I signed up for it. Look at there's some mushrooms on the ground. Don't you start eating them. And so I signed up for it because I want to go to the next level in my own healing too. I want to elevate and expand. I want to see more in life. And oh my God, I'm gonna walk out here so you can see the whole thing. Ooh, so cute. How cute is that? I have to. I'm working with her to find a date when they're not all booked. So we're gonna have our play camp here, and then we can dance and do our things. And there's this outdoor little kitchen. I can cook for you. Shut the front door. Just shut yourself. Don't you love it? So I say we should all just take this regenerate and get the shame and the fear and the anxiety thoughts out of our head physically. And I know that the mindset work and the affirmations and the prayers and all that stuff, I know that that helps, and it also retrains your brain. But the thing that my friend Sean has developed, Regenerate, and I can put a link later, it's in theoneinnashville.com. I think that will help us physically do it, because I've noticed a huge difference as I changed the way I've been eating. It has elevated my spiritual work. It's like, whoa, I never did that. I never really addressed my actual health. And I'm a broken record about my science fair project when I was 12. How cute is this? Are you kidding me? I'll walk you through at the end. I just don't want to wake anybody up. So I've been addressing my mindset and my awareness, and I've been doing all the work. But you know what? I know I'm a broken record with my science fair project, but which was showing you what is in your food is poisoning you, and then when you go to the doctor, um, I then they put you on pharma, and then oh thanks, Rhonda, you signed up for it. Yes, I'm so excited. I'm thrilled to do this experiment because I'm like, I think this is gonna work, because we can do all the mindset we want. It works. It does work. But then physically, like my science fair project, honestly, was about how they put additives and preservatives in our food that intentionally make us sick, and then you go to the doctors, and you're on all this pharma, and then you're addicted for the rest of your life, and you're gonna die on 24 pills. I mean, that's just the way it's set up. And my friend Sean said to me, he kind of called me out on it. He's like, so you know this. You know this. You did it that science fair project when you were 12. How come you're still taking all this stuff? I'm like, because because I still have the problems. And he's like, well, you cannot have the problems with changing how you're eating. So why aren't you doing that? And I honestly think that it's that, and I now I'm not. I've now stopped and changed what I'm eating, and it's shown up in my body. It's shown up in my voice and my skin. It's amazing. So now I want to go to the next level physically, which is why I'm going to take regenerate, and I'm so excited that you're doing it with me. Yay! We can poop ourselves and call each other on the toilet. I mean, because apparently it makes you poop. It's like a cleanse. It's like a body cleanse and a mind cleanse to heal the inner critic. And I'm nervous a little bit and excited. And the reason I'm nervous is because uh, you know when you get like a superhero cape or like you get like a key to the next city or you get like that door that is the door that wasn't there before. Um, and you're like, oh crap, are you gonna go to the next level? Are you gonna elevate and expand? I hope so. Or are you gonna stay in the old fear and lack and I get it. I'm the same as everybody else. I mean, you think you're the only one. No, you ain't. I am. I have the same negative thought patterns and fears and worries, and all it is repeating what somebody else said to you. It really is. Like starting with dad for me, her mom or whoever the hell it was. Like I'm like, holy Jesus. So I'm very interested in changing the neural pathways in your mind through your thoughts, through what you're putting in your mouth, what you're putting in your mind, and what you're watching. That's also why I don't watch horror movies because I don't want I like the Quaker mentality, like what you put into your psyche. And that's also why I haven't watched Sound of Freedom, P.S. But I have heard from my friends who've seen it, that they intentionally made it that it's not triggering, and I was like, okay, I'm good, because I already know that truth, and and I'm glad that's out there. Oh my God, I'm like, finally, we're making people aware, and it's funny when you make people aware and then they don't believe it, or they question it, and they're like, that's not true, because they're listening to the people that are feeding them the information that it's not true because they're doing it. Yeah. So some layers of bullshit is what it is. Oh my God, this place is so stinking cute. I'm telling you, it fell into my lap, and I was like, oh my God, and I hit her up to see if she was available. Right before she was about to lock it all down, she's like, if you'd done it 3 minutes later, you would not have been here. I'm like, wow, that's so stinking cool. I did like a little prayer meditation. I was like, hey, I don't know how I'm going to go to this festival. All I want to do in my life is dance and act like a lunatic and just be loony toony and dance. And, and I thought that I was going to get to go with somebody, and it turns out that didn't happen. And yeah, I was really like sad about it. And then I just did this little prayer meditation. I just saw myself there. I was like, I just see myself doing what I really, really love to do. And I see myself with the people that I really, really love. And I don't know how it's going to happen. I only know that it does. And thank you. And I'm grateful and I'm completely fulfilled. And then, bing, it wasn't 3 minutes later. So that stuff works. I mean, all this work that we're doing works. It really does. And the thing that stops it is our own mind, which is why I'm so excited to like actually address the mind with to regenerate. It's like true reforming because we are reformers, like reforming our bullshit lives. Because man, were we dealt a deck of cards, right? I mean, were you dealt a shitty hand of cards? But I know some gamblers. I know some, and I am a gambler myself. Not that way. I don't gamble like in cards or stuff. I gamble with my own life. You know how that happens when you gamble with your own life? Shit. And I'm throwing down the cards this time. And I'm like, I think that we're onto something, people. Because I feel it. Do you feel it? I feel next level. I feel next level stuff, and I feel there's still all the fear and doubt and worry. It's still there, and it's still loud as hell. But the good news is louder. If that makes sense. And you know, by golly, it really is the mindset stuff. It really is the mind. By golly, why's it got to be so easy? I was doing this little meditation. I do these like basically conversations with God is what I do. And them, I call them them, not the bad them that have a plan for 2030 to poison us all, not them, but they, like my, let's just say my guides, you know, angels, whatever you want to call them. I have like conversations out loud, usually when I'm driving or doing dishes or walking. And I was like, what gives? Like, what the hell gives? Why does it have to be so dang hard? Why can't it be just easier here and there? You know, like, for God's sakes, why does that got to be a roller coaster? And I heard, not like a schizophrenic, like, voice, like, literally, but like, I felt, you know how you feel that? Like, I heard that, well, if we made it so easy, where's the fun in that? And I was like, what is this, like some kind of game? They're like, if you look at it like that, if you look at you're not attached to anything, that ultimately it's when, speaker louder, please. Uh-oh. Oh no, I just took a picture. Let's see here. How's that? You know what? I need one of those little thingies. Those little mic things that plugs in. Wouldn't that be good? Is that better? Is that better? I know, I didn't want to wake everybody up. Shit. How's that? So yeah. So I have like conversations like that, and I heard, you know, where's the fun in that? It is a bit of a game that we're playing, and it's like, well, if we share each other's cards and show each other our cards, we can elevate and expand faster and have more fun. How about that? How about that idea? Do you want me to walk you around here? Hell yeah. You want me to walk you around? Let's do it. So this is where we have the play camp in April in this awesome retreat in Pennsylvania, and this is another one I want to do. Well, we'll have every space. Okay, here I'm gonna take you through. Ready? There's an outhouse. There's look at. Oh my gosh! Look it. Shh, sleeping. Oh my God, what? Oh my God, what? Oh my God, cute. Shut the front door. Look at this. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Oh my God, are you kidding me? Look it, look it, look it. How cute this is. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Look, it's so cute. Oh my God. Oh my God, look, kitchen. I cook for all y'all. Just sit there and swing a bit. How cute is this? Oh my God, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Look, it's a little church. Look, the little church. How fun, how fun, how fun. Oh, it gets better. How cute is this? Look. Yeah, so cute. She just started building these little houses because she's a builder, and she's just like very similar to my cousin Kimmy, like a wilderness expert and a survivalist. She just built all these little houses on this awesome property and started Airbnb in them. She's got guinea pigs. Look at this one. Oh, but wait, look at this one. You can drag this around on the back of your car. Look at it. Look. Are you kidding me? Could you imagine? This is my trailer. This is the one that I want. How stinking cute. Are you kidding? Are you absolutely kidding me? So anyway, this is where and they're booked out so far in advance, so I'll get it to where we can have all of them. Oh my God, shut up, look. Look. Look at that. Look at that. Could you imagine? We've healed our brains with Regenerate and our mindset, and we come here to play. And also I have the other fancy retreat that's got like spa, and I have the opposite one of this, where this is roughing it, y'all. This is your pooping in an outhouse that is very, very, very awesome and clean and cute. And then I have the other version where it's got, you know, there's a spa and a sauna and a lake. This one's different. This one's a little rougher. But look, are you kidding? I'm so happy. No Wi-Fi here either, so you have to totally unplug. Look. Look at that. Yes, I'm getting the red light. I've been up since 5 in the sun, in the light. Look at this little store. It's a little store. It's a little kitchen store. Look. I was like, oh my God, this is like my trunk, but bigger. How cool is this? It's like a little kitchen and play in our play camp. How fun is that? You're welcome. Doo-doo-doo. Of course, I would be ringing a bell right now, waking all y'all up for like some eggs and steak and tea, and then some play. We're gonna play today. Today I'm gonna dance all day after I do some work with Jesus. I love calling him Jesus. It makes me happy. Look at this. Are you kidding? Like, are you kidding me right now? Angela Shelton, the little angels in heaven. Look at it. Just look at it. Can you believe it? I was like, wait, what? And this was right after I was sitting there so sad that I wasn't. You put link in different places. I was just going to say, I couldn't do much on, I have no Wi-Fi over here. This is on my data plan. And I did get the warning of like, we can't let you get on your data plan anymore. So I did what I could. I couldn't get in my app from here because it wasn't loading. So hey, that goes back to like, gotta do what you can, y'all. Do what you can. Get right out here. How cool is that? How cool is this? I'll take you inside this cutie pie one. You have to duck. It's like a little playhouse. But then once you get in here, you can stand up. How stinking cute is this? What? Shut the front door. The little windows. Doo-doo-doo. How stinking cute is this? It's a little playhouse. Yeah, I'm talking about it. So yeah. Here, I'll put you right here. We can. Ooh. So yeah. Okay, now I can talk a little bit louder. I'm not rude. I don't like being rude and disrupting people's space. So, hey. So yeah, I put the link up because this one, usually when I go live on the YouTube, I've got to make it unlisted and then put it on my app. But I just went straight up. I mean, anybody can see this. Hey, guess what? I started rockstarreformers.com, and we all start elevating and expanding together. And then now we're gonna freaking reform with Regenerate and continue doing play camps and continue getting better. It's pretty powerful stuff. This healing stuff. Because you know what? I put it on the thread now. Oh, thank you, Jackie. Thank you. It takes a village. It takes a village. And, and then you do get locked out. Like, I mean, I got locked out of TikTok again. And then, it's happened to me before on other sites and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, we can stay on the floor. I'm talking to myself. I could stay on the floor and be like, oh, I've been locked out. Or you just find a way. And, I'm going to find a way and just do it anyway. Do it anyway. I'm going to still actually do it anyway and have the best life ever. Because my mission has always been the same and it remains the same. And it was my mission from life, I believe, according to what they have said to me. Not they, not the creepy weirdo they, but the they. Is I am fulfilling my mission in this lifetime, which is to be a teacher. And I was like, teacher? What kind? When? What? But really it is. It's like it's an instructor of the foolish, teacher of babes. It really is. And with the intention of inspiring joyful lives no matter what you've been through. And live joyfully and happily ever after no matter what you've been through. Which means I have to do it. Oh shit. I mean shoot. So I have to do it in the face of every single obstacle. And I now see, I think I actually have been through the things I've been through so that I could teach others how to get out of it. You've taught us so many techniques over the years. Yeah, I mean, because I practice them. It's like the ones I practice and help elevate out. And yeah, I share what works for me and also share easy. I want it fun, finally, right? Plus tapping was the best one. Oh yeah, tapping is a good one. Yeah, because I have gone and tried every single healing technique possible. I'm sure there's more. If there are more, I'll put it out there. Bring me. Let me try that floaty thing or the crystal over your vajayjay or whatever it is. And this one is with Regenerate is the one I'm gonna do. That's a physical thing for a physical change, and I haven't done that, even though I do believe that the mindset changes do affect you physically. That is, I have seen firsthand that works. But let's do the mindset stuff and the physical change. Well, look she escaped, y'all. She escaped. Jackie. Yeah, so you escaped. Where'd she get that? This is my weekend pass to the dance festival right here. Morning. Yeah, this. So, what's happening? I love it. I see this and I was like, it makes me think of the mental institution. And I crawled out the window, which is probably what I would do. Which is another thing. The whole mental stuff. Let me just tell you, I'm calling bullshit on so many things because of my science fair project, and now backing it up with the stuff I'm learning from Sean, and also the confirmation that the stuff I learned years ago is now what is out there and shown to be true. It is true. They've put stuff in our food to intentionally make us sick so that you are on pharma for the rest of your life so that they make a bigger profit. I mean, it's so simple and it is freaking true. And now yesterday, I got from my friend Beaver in London, who's sponsoring my show, which you better get tickets to, the virtual ticket, $27. She sent me a map. I'm going to put it in the Reformers, and there is literally a map that shows, it looks like a subway map, and it shows all of the healing and also the spiritual healing of in the world, right? Then all the ways you can get better. And it shows that the pharmaceuticals and where they started, how they implemented, how they thwarted the healing stuff. And it looks like a subway map. I was like, oh my God, this is my science fair project, just better. When I was 12, I mean, I'm 50. And I was like, oh my God, see, it's you're not crazy. It's not even it's not rocket scientists, and it's not some conspiracy theory. It literally is a system analysis. And this poster that I posted in Mighty Networks, that Sean's Mighty Networks, the one in Nashville.com, I posted it in there yesterday, and it's a map, y'all. It's literally a subway. It looks like a subway map, and it's like argue that all day long, and go deep into the mental health meds that they put people on, especially women, because you have chemical imbalances, and and I remember that therapist sitting there talking to me with my mom's therapist, who said to me that I should get on all these meds because I'm so vivacious and energetic and happy, and then also I have depression and sadness. I'm like, that would be being a human. But okay, but well, you have chemical imbalance, and it's like there's no such thing. There's no chemical imbalance. What chemical? What chemical is it? And also, like, how's that working for you? And then when she said, which is also when you start asking these people, like what meds they're on and what they're putting in their mouth, they're poisoned as hell. And it's like, holy cheese balls. That makes me think of this. Like that they just want you on all these meds so that you're numbed and dumber and that you're not actually gonna do anything. And then they attack you when you have spiritual experiences. They say, oh, if you have spiritual experiences, which I have a plenty, I have a book worth, then you're schizophrenic, then you're crazy, then you're, because that doesn't exist. The God stuff doesn't exist. And when you see the map, you will see that the God stuff has also been thwarted and silenced. And you're like, holy shit. Like, that's intentional. It's intentional to take God away, to make all of the media and the stuff coming into our brain and the little global brain manipulation through the articles and the media that they also own. I mean, it's not rocket science here. And telling you that, oh, that's crazy. Oh, God is a bunch of aliens. Oh, that doesn't exist. That there's no such thing as it. And I mean, I personally don't believe that it's a dude sitting on a throne in white robes. Like I just, that has not been my personal experience. But it's definitely an essence, and it works, and it is manifestation, and it is new agey, and it is old agey, and it is Jesus consciousness, it is Christ consciousness, it is like the one consciousness. By the way, that's why my friend Jesus, aka Sean, is the one in Nashville, because his intention is to bring people to the one consciousness. The one. It's not him that is the one, it's like the one consciousness. And you can, it's harder to get to the one consciousness when you're poisoned. Dang, the dentist asked if I wanted a fluoride treatment. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a whole other thing that you're told. I mean, I had my kid on fluoride. I did. Because you're told by the doctors that are like, oh, yeah, you need to do this. And if you don't do this, you're going to be sick and blah, blah, blah. And then when you start to deep dive their schooling, their indoctrination, they got one class in 9 years on nutrition. So it's like not the doctor's fault. It's like your doctor might care, but they've been indoctrinated through this. Oh my God, the system that is set up to manipulate and control and make us just sick enough that you live. It's like it's the peasants. Really, it's really a caste system. It's fascinating. I'm just like, wow. When you see it, you're like, what'd you say? And I mean, I don't know if you know the Sheltons. Like, I come from the Sheltons in the South. Like, then there is even a statue, the Shelton Laurel Massacre. Like, all of my family, my ancestors are the ones that went in and stole food to feed the poor. They stole it from the army and then all got killed for it. Well, that would be me. And and that's in my blood, and those are my ancestors, the Shelton Laurel Massacre. And I get it. I get it, y'all. It's like you sneak in underneath the tents, and you take the food and the supplies for the people. And yeah, it's funny when you deep dive ancestry, and those are my people. Those are my people, y'all. Let's see here. Oh, I can't see your messages. Let me see if I can show my chat. I saw something pop up and I can't see it anymore. I don't know where to click, because sometimes, I get all nervous. I feel like you click away, you click something, and then it just goes away. Which is also, by the way, with technical issues. I know my friend Rebecca. This is for you, Rebecca. Like, like, I get it, sister. I get the technical difficulties, and the technical fear can easily put me personally into like freeze mode or panic mode or like anxiety mode. I'm not going to accept that anymore. I'm just acknowledging it. That technical confusion can send me into not a good place. Not good. And I will just forget it. I'll just say, I'm not doing it. Which is ironic, because that is what I had to face with my documentary, because nothing was working. And I personally had to get over my fear of technical stuff that I didn't understand. And I had to learn the Avid. And I cut that movie on the Avid, and I became an editor, and I cut my own movie, and it was brutal to learn and sit there and just, I'm like, okay, well, you ain't a total goddamn idiot. You need to like learn this stuff. And so I learned editing, and I learned the tech side, and I learned how to build websites, and I learned how to do email marketing, and it's freaking brutal. And it's like, you get another help file and a help video, and I'm like, oh my God, I just gonna go walk in the woods. I don't want to do it. And so when I'm now learning a new thing on how to go live on my app, sometimes you're like, well, I don't know how that's going to work. Or I'm like, I don't know. But I'm going to do it anyway. And sometimes you're like, well, I don't know how that happened. I was just clicking some buttons and stuff. Side note, the spiritual conversation, while I was Searching for Angela Shelton, the documentary, when I first dove into all this stuff, talk about some spiritual things. Like, I'm kid you not, there were times during the editing process that I was like so confused, and I'm editing my dad. So like try addressing your biggest fears in life and doing it and then editing it. Because you've got to watch it over. Like in editing, you have to watch things over and over. I mean, my God. So I had my own catharsis, not really a little bit that was the first step. When I was sitting on the steps with my dad, when I confronted him in the movie, I had the real come to Jesus catharsis when I was editing alone in my garage. And I was having to watch all the footage again and put the tapes in again, watch it all again, and then sit there and edit it. That was when I had my while the alcoholic Angela Shelton was calling me, same time, and telling me about her abusive dad, and then he died, and then she kept drinking, she started drinking again when her dad died, and so I had all of that happening while I was editing my own abusive dad, who was telling me he didn't do it. Don't you love that? You're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I never did any of that. And you're like, what? Like, there's photos and stuff. I hate to break the news, buddy. But, remember that photo album you kept? Blech. So, it's like facing every fear. And when I was in the most panic and like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. You know how that feeling when you've got your emotions are up here and the it's in your body, And I would say, please, dear God, please help me. Please help me. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm telling you right now, things happened in that computer, and things happened on the drives, and mouses would move, and I'm just like, what? And things would happen, and it's one of those things you're like, should I tell that, or you're gonna get one of these? Like, wait, you did what now? And yeah, no, there was dare I say magical things that happened. It's like words, it's magical, God, whatever you want to, but stuff on that computer moved, and I was not touching it, and it guided me. You know what? I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. That shit is crazy. And this was back when, God, I was smoking cigarettes and drinking and just depressed. Like, I was keeping my freak out, like, here. Like, I was staying alive, but I'm like, oh my God. I was like, and I was just giving it up and giving it over as I knew how to do. And magical things happened. Just like 2 days ago when I was like, I don't know how I'm going to go to this festival. Like, I still have all the bills from the movies. Like, I legit owe millions of dollars. And it's like, that were stolen. So, owe millions of dollars, had millions of dollars stolen by a fraudulent distributor who I worked with the FBI to catch him, and he went to prison, but that doesn't mean you get the millions of dollars back. It means that, okay, he got stopped for a short amount of time. He went to prison, served his time, is out doing the same stuff, while like the do-gooders over here are still trying to make it work and survive after that con attack, much like freaking dad. It's like, oh, look, my dad was a con artist too. And then they just show up. And here's another one. And here's another one. For God's sakes, man. And yeah, so that happened. And so the stress of that is astronomically high, balanced with my belief that, like, my belief and my no. Like, I want to say that I don't really believe. I know because I've seen it. So I stay in this balance of like, well, I know, I know, and I have complete faith and I have complete trust because I've seen weird shit happen that's too weird to be weird anymore. You know what I'm saying? When you're like, well, that's too weird. What's too weird to be weird anymore? And I definitely have been called weird many times. I have detention slips from when I was in school, called olive oil or weirdo. Just weird. She's weirdo. And so there's this balance of like, I know and I believe and I have faith, and I'm also completely fearful and freaked out. Yeah. So you say that out loud, and not these people, this is a dance festival, but the meds are like, oh, is that how you're feeling? Let's get you on a bunch of meds. And I said to this lady, I've said many times, I'm like, I don't do that. I've done it for my asthma because I thought I had to until I learned about lute and black seed oil. By the way, side note, anybody who's got asthma, I had it pretty bad since I was 3. And being freaked out and facing all of the stuff that we're dealing with, like all of our past traumas, can trigger the asthma, especially panic. And I have learned from my friend Jesus, aka Sean, that lute.life, I can take one little sip of it and my asthma attack will go away in about 9 minutes. Same with black seed oil. Black seed oil, if I take a sip of it, and it's a taste that is acquired for sure, but it is the same, about 8-9 minutes. And my puffer, the meds that I took, the albuterols, and there's another red puffer thing. I can take those and the asthma attack will end in about 30 seconds to a minute, but then I need it again. And it's a trick. And then I need it again and again. And then if I keep taking the puffer, I would eventually be on the nebulizer and then eventually in the hospital. Those are the steps. And it's like when you look at that, you're like, wait, that is what's happened. That has happened to me throughout my whole asthma life was asthma attack, puffer, pills. There's even these little pills, and then into the nebulizer, into the hospital, and black seed oil and lute. Have them on hand. I don't have a bottle of lute because it's dang expensive, and I drank it all. But the black seed oil, I have it. I have it in my car, and I. Actually, when I'm gonna go dance all day, because I'm gonna, this is what I have this for. I'm gonna dance all day after I do my service work. And because I'm gonna be physically, you know, I gotta keep my stamina up, I'm gonna take a swig of black seed oil. And it addresses inflammation. Again, I wish I had a bottle of loo, y'all. I mean, listen. And so there's that, like the asthma healing. is also so connected to the brain healing. And now I started talking about regenerate in the beginning. I'm going to circle back to it. I'm very excited and slightly nervous. You do you have that feeling like you could, it's kind of like relationships. Like I'm so excited to have like a lover that I always wanted, and like the best time ever, and like the one that you're meant to have, like your playmate. But then also you're like, wait, what? You mean like something that's awesome? What? That's unfamiliar. But I only experienced in the past knowing the ones that are gonna, con your ass, or treat you like shit, or leave you on the side of the road, or not be there, not show up. You're not gonna see the headlights coming around the corner that you've been looking for all night. Like that's yeah, that's been the pattern that I've been in. And then I started reading my journals on TikTok, and like I reading my old journals when I was a teenager to 20s. It's the same damn story over and over again. It's the same dang freaking story. You know, want loving and wanting the one that doesn't show up, and that is ding ding ding. Who is it, people? Who is it? It's who is it? Daddy. And I'm like, shit. Or mommy, same difference. And wow. So you got to show up for yourself, which is here. Like I showed up for myself, and then look what happened. And in the face of fear and doubt and worry and like, oh my God. And then all the movie stuff really does stress me out. It has been for years. And like, it depleted everything with me. Granted, I did it for a reason. I'm like helping people, and like, ooh, I won't stop. And I have this drive, this unbelievable drive, and tenacity. I definitely have tenacity. But man, getting the shit kicked out of you. I understand it. I understand it. I understand it so well. And it goes back to mindset. And when you're sitting there and you're like, wait, hold on a second. If I just don't get into the fear, doubt, and worry, and just sit here in the present moment and just like, hey, I don't know how it's going to work out. I don't know how that we pulled this off. I only know that we did, and we're completely fulfilled. Amen. That is from the One Command book. It's really, really good. I highly recommend it. The one command is, I don't know how, blank. I only know that, blank, and I am completely fulfilled. I don't know how. I don't know how. I started this group, the Reformers, and everybody started connecting to each other and elevated and expanding, and we created a freaking network of badass warriors that are helping the entire world. I don't know how that happened. I only know that it is, and it has, and we are all completely fulfilled. Boom! Repeat that. Repeat that out loud. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know how. I don't I don't know how that these little videos that we sharing around the world are helping people not kill themselves, get instantaneously better, have instant aha moments that change their life forever. I did one last night on the dance floor. Yeah, I was dancing, right? Picture me dancing like a fool. That's what I am. And these two women are just like drawn to me. They're like, woo, like moth to a flame. I'm like, oh, hey, it's on. And they're like, wow, you are the vibe. And I was like, oh yeah, we're just getting started. And the one cutie pie girl was in overalls, a little hat, and she's just like do 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 do. And her friend was equally as cute, but she was particularly cute. And she had a semicolon tattoo on her foot, which is really it means a lot to me, the semicolon, because Sean, aka Jesus, jokes that he identifies as a semicolon. And I started saying, I was like, I totally agree with you, because it's like, it's everything and some, a semicolon. And I've started to see people who have tattoos of a semicolon, which I think is so awesome, because it's like, it's everything and some. And I was like, oh my God, what is your name? And she goes, I'm the definition of abundance and love. And my name is Sam I Am. And I was like, oh my God, that's so funny and awesome. I was like, hey, well, I'm a superhero. I'm a superhero, Angela Shelton. How are you? And she's like, oh my God. And we danced, and it was freaking amazing. And her friend comes to me and she goes, oh my God, you're just so special. You're just so special. I'm getting somewhere. And I was like, thank you, I am. And she goes, may you have just spontaneous people smiling at you all day long because you're affecting their life so well. I was like, I accept that. Thank you. And I said, I turned around to her because I could feel it. I was like, may you have all of the negative thought patterns in your brain. They're the repeating what was done to you by other people. It's gone, gone right now. And she had this like, and she started crying a little bit, and she's like, oh my god, I felt that. And I was like, I felt that. I got tingles out of the top of my head and down my arm when I said that to you. And she goes, I felt that. I felt that. And I was like, awesome. You know what, just try that. And I was like, okay, hey, instantaneous aha moments that are like, oh, like this place. This was an instantaneous aha moment because I was so sad because I thought I was going to get to go somebody else and I didn't get to go. But turns out that was such a blessing because I got this. Yeah. And so I'm going to walk out and have a little meditation time at a bench out there. And I'm going to work on my show, Pricked, that you better get a ticket to. Now I got to sell tickets to my show so I can make the show. It's going to happen. It's the way it is. And then, like this happened. So it's like living testimony. Can you believe it? It's like which little cabin do you want? Which cabin do you want in the magnificent universe that we're living in? Talk at you Monday. Awesome. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate you being in my life, and I appreciate you. And I'm gonna go find some internet so I can. I didn't do it fast enough. I'm fine. I didn't do fast enough because I'm going to cut some videos of Sean with your interview that we did with him yesterday, and I'm going to put it up on his site so that we can help more people, y'all. Hope you I see comments pop up, but I didn't get to it fast enough to answer. But I'll see it later. And thank you. And what can we leave you with? Regenerating our brains so that we can become more reformers, more powerful reformers. There it is. I love you. Bye.